friends, and welcome to the LPW Show. It's your boy Pluggo. You may recognize this beard and this face from a little show I do on Thursday nights here on Love Wrestling called Between Two Beards, but we're not here to talk about me. I'm ecstatic to be a part of the LPW coverage once again, and I'm even more ecstatic to have Gigi Rey sitting right next to me. How are you, Gigi? What's going on?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me. Sorry I have to do this for my car, but that's fine.
That is quite all right. I used to do everything for my car. We do what you got to do in this game, but we're here. We want to talk some LPW, so I figured we'd start. You made your debut at LPW 7. You were coming. It was a homecoming, so to speak.
Yes.
Tell me kind of like, what was that like? You came out, the crowd was in the palm of your hand. How do you keep those emotions in, knowing you're coming home? It's a hometown match. Like, what's going through your mind as you walk through that tunnel?
Oh, it was a lot. And I was literally like physically and emotionally drained after that weekend. After Friday night, I was just like in bed, like for Saturday and Sunday. Just, it was a lot, it's, there's a big build kind of for me to like come back home, wrestle for LPW the first time, to be announced in the main event pretty much right off the bat. So there was a lot of pressure going into it. It was amazing how much support I had from Edmonton, from Mill Woods, everyone that came out to support me, and we put on a great show for everyone. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to come home and kind of just show the skills that I've learned and how I've developed as a wrestler over this last year, and to put on a good show for everyone. And that's exactly what we did. And I was really happy with how our match turned out.
Oh, absolutely. And the match you're referring to is the one with Zoe Sager. So you referenced it. You said the main event. Is that adds a level of like intensity to it, or do you have to prepare different for main events, or do you treat that main event like it's any other kind of match?
There's definitely some pressure going into it, of course, because it's the main event, it's the drawing match, right? But at the same time, I looked at it just how I looked at every match. I just want to go out there and do what I can do, show everyone what I can do, and put on a good performance for everyone. If that's in the main event, if that's in the middle of the card, first match of the night, wherever it is, wherever I'm placed on the card, I just want to show up and show out. And we did that, both Zoe and I. And so it was really cool to kind of get that reception, to kind of get that feedback from everyone that we did have a good match. And yeah, so it was a lot of pressure, but I know I work well under pressure. I've always kind of been that way. So yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned Zoe Sager, and she's one of those up and comers in the LPW scene. She's been there since day one, and it didn't work out to your favor in the main event. I know there was a couple obstacles in your way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you channel that going into LPW 8, and you have a pretty high profile matchup with Nicole Matthews coming up? Do you use the kind of what happened in your first LPW match and build off of that? And just, how does that come about? Like, what's your mindset going into 8 after such a kind of a heartbreaking loss in your return home?
Yeah, it was obviously not the outcome I wanted. Again, like I said, it's overall, I was really happy with the performance that I had, and same with Zoe. Obviously, I would have liked to get the win, especially debuting for a new promotion, wrestling in like my hometown, wrestling pretty much in my home neighborhood. Didn't get the result I wanted, but it is what it is. Like, it's not always about like wins and losses when it comes to wrestling. But I think going into this match with Nicole Matthews, I'm so stoked for it. Like, she has been like a staple in Canadian wrestling for so long. I remember hearing about her when I was just getting into the business, seeing her on the Mae Young Classic like years ago. And so to be in a match against her with someone of her stature is like really exciting for me. I'm kind of just moving forward from my last match with Zoe. Like, that happened. I didn't get the win, but I'm just really excited to go forward and wrestle against Nicole and kind of see what I can do against her and see kind of just how we match up against each other.
Yeah, and I have to imagine you've got to look. I mean, Nicole seems to have a bit of a chip on her shoulder in LPW. She's out to prove a lot going into it, considering the fact, like you said, she's in most Canadian wrestling circles a legend, one of the best of the best. And you're not shy to main event matches and big time matches either. But do you have a bit of an edge when you're going up against somebody like Nicole? Are you looking to like do whatever it takes to get that win, or are you just hoping to go in and have a good match? Like, what's your mindset when it's like, all right, I know that she's one of the standard bearers and I'm right there. This is my opportunity.
don't know. I think just her and I, we've never wrestled each other. We've never met. We've never really crossed paths. She's wrestled a lot of the girls that I started up with, that I started training with and stuff. So I'm really just excited to kind of see how my skill level can like match up to hers. And I know we do have a kind of little bit of a different wrestling style. I'm really quick and high flying, and she's very good on the ground. She's a very like strong technical wrestler, and I'm not that great of a technical wrestler. I'll be the first one to admit that, but like I use my speed and my agility and yeah, I guess just to kind of make myself a little bit different. So I'm interested into seeing how our wrestling styles are gonna work together.
Yeah, so when you do have a an opponent like Nicole Matthews coming up here at LPW 8, and you like you said, difference of styles. So are you going to go in there hard and fast and try to play your game? Or are you just going to just see what happens when you both get in there and adapt to whatever? Like you said, you're not the best technical wrestler, but if it gets technical, you're ready to go? You have no problem. How does that work in a mindset? You know, that's fascinating to me, the clashes of styles.
Yeah. I don't. I'm gonna go in there and do what I do. I'm gonna be Gigi Rey. I'm gonna talk my talk. I'm gonna move how I move, and just kind of like see how that goes. If I have to adapt and change my game plan a little bit, I'm ready to do that as well too. So, and I'm sure Nicole is gonna do the same thing. That she's gonna come in as strong as she always does, and we'll kind of just see where we can go from there. But I'm expecting her to bring her best, and I'm definitely gonna try to bring my best too.
Right on, right on. And like we said, this match takes place Friday, September 30th at the Rec Room in Alberta, Canada. Before I get you out of here and take up any more of your time, Gigi, which you've been awesome, maybe the fans that don't know who Gigi Rey, what can they expect to see come that LPW 8 show? Because like you said, everybody knows Nicole. She's got the name, and you're on that come up. But what can those fans that if they come out to the Rec Room expect to see from Gigi Rey?
You're going to see a money show. I'm the money. That's what I do. I'm a money performer. I bring the people in. I get people excited. And when I'm in there, it's a fun show. Everyone always seems to have a good time. I like to bring a little bit of the fun. I kind of come out dancing, have a good time. And I like to get everyone hype. And like everyone's usually behind me when we're there. So it's going to be a good time.
Heck yeah. Well, once again, Gigi, thank you for taking time out to talk to me. LPW 8, like I said, Friday, September 30th in Alberta, Canada at the Rec Room. We are not wrestlers. Are we not wrestlers? Are we? Yeah. You're a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler. But for Gigi Rey, I am Pluggo. Hope to see all of you guys there at LPW 8. Until next time, friends, we are out. Peace.